The AI Revolution, a Narrative Guide. Introduction, the AI Revolution. In a world on the brink of a new industrial revolution, one voice is defining the pace, the architecture, and the ambition of what's to come. That voice belongs to Jensen Huang, the founder and CEO of NVIDIA. Based on his recent landmark interview with CNBC with Jim Cramer on October 7th in Mad Money and Quack in the Box October 8th, we're diving deep into his vision for the future. A future built on artificial intelligence. This isn't just about faster chips. It's a fundamental reimagining of computing, industry, and the global economy. Welcome to the AI Revolution. Executive Summary. So what's the bottom line? Jensen's message boils down to a few core themes. First, AI is creating a staggering $100 trillion opportunity by transforming how work gets done. Second, NVIDIA isn't just a chip company, it's investing across the entire AI stack to fuel the whole ecosystem. Third, winning the AI race requires careful geopolitical strategy, not isolation. Fourth, this AI build-out isn't a temporary boom. It's a permanent societal infrastructure, like the power grid or the internet. And finally, we are witnessing an exponential explosion in demand, driven by a powerful new form of AI. The numbers behind this vision are staggering. With a market capitalization of $4.5 trillion and a projected free cash flow of nearly $250 billion a year, NVIDIA has the financial firepower to turn this vision into reality. The path to AGI. Tools versus tool users. But where does a $100 trillion opportunity come from? It comes from a simple but profound distinction. For decades, technology has given us tools, a spreadsheet, a browser, powerful but requiring a human to operate them. That's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. But AI is different. For the first time, we have technology that can use the tools itself. These are tool users, AI agents that can write code, book your travel, or analyze data autonomously. This shift from making the tools to making the users of tools is what unlocks the entire global services economy. In Jensen's own words, for the very first time, we have technology that can actually use tools by itself. This is really quite an extraordinary thing. Moore's Law on steroids. The engine driving this revolution is an unprecedented acceleration in computing power. For 50 years, the industry was defined by Moore's Law, which gave us a steady, predictable 20% cost reduction per generation. That was the past. NVIDIA's pace is on another level entirely. Between the Hopper and Blackwell generations, they achieved a 10 to 20-fold reduction in the cost to generate an intelligent token. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete paradigm shift. It makes AI cheaper, smarter, and more accessible at an exponential rate, creating a virtuous cycle of innovation and adoption. The 4 layers of AI infrastructure. To understand NVIDIA's investment strategy, you have to understand Jensen's view of the complete AI stack. It's built on 4 critical layers. At the very bottom is energy. It's the ultimate physical constraint. Without a pro-growth energy policy, nothing else matters. The second layer is chips, NVIDIA's core domain, where the US currently has a significant lead. Layer 3 is the models and infrastructure, the cloud providers, and the AI labs building foundational intelligence. And finally, Layer 4 is applications. According to Jensen, this is where the revolution will ultimately be won or lost. The country that masters the diffusion of AI into its economy will lead the future. China strategy, a nuanced approach. This revolution isn't happening in a vacuum. The geopolitical landscape, particularly with China, requires a nuanced approach. While the US leads decisively in chips and closed-source models, China is well ahead in energy infrastructure and, critically, has a significant lead in the open-source model ecosystem. But Jensen's biggest concern is the application layer. China's society adopts new technology incredibly fast, and their development is rapid and underregulated. His message is clear. The U.S. must compete on a global stage, ensuring the world builds on an American tech stack, or risk being isolated and falling behind. The exponential demand explosion. For the investor community, the most important development of the last 6 months has been the collision of two powerful exponentials. First, AI has evolved from providing simple answers to performing complex, multi-step reasoning. This new capability requires exponentially more compute power. At the exact same time, this smarter AI has crossed a threshold of usefulness, triggering the second exponential, mass adoption. Everyone wants to use it. The result is an unprecedented demand for infrastructure like Blackwell, marking the true beginning of this new industrial build-out. Managing success. Culture amidst wealth. This success has created staggering wealth, with reports that more than 75% of NVIDIA's employees are millionaires. So how do you keep a team motivated when money is no longer the primary driver? For Jensen, the answer is purpose. The mission is not to accumulate wealth, but to do your life's work. By framing the company's role as globally consequential, he keeps the focus on innovation and impact. It's a culture where wealth is a byproduct of the mission, not the mission itself. Robotics and autonomous systems. That mission extends far beyond the digital world. NVIDIA's strategic investments in companies like Figure Robotics, Wabi, and Open Evidence show the next frontier, physical AI. This is about giving reasoning capabilities to systems that can interact with the real world, from humanoid robots in factories to self-driving cars on our roads and digital nurses in our hospitals. This is the tool user concept made manifest. Key takeaways. So let's recap the core messages. First, the future is about AI as a tool user, unlocking a $100 trillion market. Second, AI infrastructure is permanent, like electric grids. Third, the race will be won at the application layer. Fourth, a global strategy is essential. America cannot win in isolation. Fifth, we are at the start of an exponential demand curve, not the peak. And finally, a culture driven by purpose is the ultimate competitive advantage. Investor perspective. For the investor community, the takeaway is clear. The dramatic increase in demand is not hype. It's a fundamental shift driven by the new reasoning capabilities of AI. This is an inflection point. The company's massive free cash flow is not being stockpiled. It's being aggressively redeployed into R&D and strategic ecosystem investments to fuel the next wave of growth. Closing thoughts. The vision. In Jensen's own words, we are literally seeing a complete revolution across that entire stack and opportunities across it. It's going to be exciting times. The message is clear. The AI revolution is not a future event. It's a present reality. The foundation is being laid for a new economy built on intelligence, and the race is on to build, adopt, and lead in this new era. The stakes are as high as the opportunity is vast. A $100 trillion transformation of every industry.